Native people, Native culture, Native knowledge. Hi, I'm Jeannie Green, bringing you award-winning Heartbeat Alaska.
Bringing you national and international Native news, this is award-winning Heartbeat Alaska, the premier Native voice in Native programming.
There's a heartbeat, louder than thunder, revolution is in the air. There's a heartbeat deep inside our mother. Are you too cool to care?
Now, with Heartbeat Alaska, here's Jeannie Green.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Heartbeat Alaska Native News and Native Entertainment. I'm Jeannie Green. Thank you so very much for joining us. Before we move on, I'd like to thank some new stations we have picked up here in Alaska. We're aired 13 times a week, including one time statewide over ARCS, and we've recently picked up KDMD TV here in Anchorage, Alaska, Channel 33, also KUBD TV in Ketchikan, and KTNL TV in Sitka. Nice to have you with us. On today's program, we bring you those interviews from Noorvik, Alaska that we promised you last week, and we travel to Aniak, Alaska for a very important Elders Conference. We have all that plus music videos. Don't go away. It's a fabulous show.
Hi, I'm Mark from Scan Home, and we are proud to sponsor Heartbeat Alaska.
Scan Home, serving all of Alaska's home and office furnishing needs. Thank you, Scan Home, for making Heartbeat Alaska possible.
Heartbeat Alaska is brought to you in part by A&G Acre Plus in Aniak, Alaska.
Support for this program provided by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alaska. We've been giving Alaskans the support they need since before Alaska was even a state. And we'll be here when you need us. We're here. We're with you. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alaska.
Heartbeat Alaska is brought to you in part by Bristol Environmental and Engineering Services, serving Alaska since 1994, a subsidiary of Bristol Bay Native Corporation.
The gift of past experiences handed down. There are no greater lessons.
Heartbeat Alaska chooses the Longhouse Hotel, the official hotel of Heartbeat Alaska. And this is where we choose to house our guests that come from all over the world to spend time with us. And this is where we hope you will choose to spend your time when you come to Anchorage. Choose the Longhouse Hotel, the official hotel of Heartbeat Alaska.
BP is proud to sponsor Heartbeat Alaska. BP, going the extra mile.
By the Nature Conservancy of Alaska, working with Alaska's rural communities to conserve and protect our natural heritage. Thank you once again to the sponsors that bring Heartbeat Alaska to you, the viewers. Now we travel to Noorvik, Alaska, and visit with two very important people that live there.
When I was a kid, we didn't have Inupiaq Day, and we didn't have Inupiaq studies at all in the schools. And when I went to college, one of the things that I saw was that the other people in the other cultures, the Athabasca and the Aleut, they were very knowledgeable about their culture, and I wasn't quite as knowledgeable. I went to the library to read about what my ancestors did. When I started teaching, well, one of the reasons I started teaching is because I think that students should be told about their heritage. They should learn about their culture. Leg wrestling and 1 foot high kick and 2 foot high kick, and there you are kicking your ball. Good job. I've been teaching now for 16 years, and when I first started teaching, I taught in Guyana, And there's an opportunity for me to help coordinate Inupiaq Days, and that's what I did. And I find that very exciting. There's so much knowledge out there. Our elders hold a lot of knowledge that has been passed on for generations. And this knowledge, if it's not passed on to our children, is going to be lost. We play leg wrestling and 1-foot high kick and stick pull. They are fun games. I think they are cool. Look at there you are on the mat. I like leg wrestling and stick pull and 1-foot high kick and 2-foot high kick and Inupiaq football. That was fun, wasn't it, playing Inupiaq football? It was one of the things that was missing in my education was I felt like school and home were very separate places, very different. When I went to school, it was completely different from what I lived at home. And being a Native teacher, I can make that connection. I can make a connection from the home to the school. A good reader. Do you think you are a good reader? We need to encourage our children to go to school and be teachers. For one thing, we would have continuity. Usually a teacher who is from this area tends to stay rather than come and go, which we see so much of. And also we can teach them about the culture, talk about the culture, and give them, you know, the knowledge so they can have the pride as to who they are.
This is my project. It's, the title is The Population Density of Shrews and Wolves in the Noorvik Area. Then Mike Sellers said that this could be good for a science project. And from the start, that's when I was a sophomore, from the start, and we didn't really know how to work on this. But last year we got it done finally. We set out some traps, snap traps, and then we send them, the small mammals that I caught, we send them to UAF for their studies.
Robert has really helped with his project contribute to other scientists' research as well in the work that he's done.
I've been helping them, and then I extracted DNA from my small mammals that I caught. I skinned it and I stuffed it, and for study skins that they use, and the skeletons to compare them with the others.
He's contributed between 500 and 600 small mammals to the University of Alaska Fairbanks, which have all been archived there. Their tissues are being used in DNA studies, not only in the state, but by scientists all over the world, and will be available to scientists all over the world in the future.
I learned how to prep it, and we went to this bug room where the bugs eat off the flesh from the skeletons. It was pretty awesome how they do it. A lot of little critters.
That's been pretty rewarding. In fact, there were a few times it was fairly emotional too, just, you know, both seeing Robert's excitement over some of his successes and then seeing it coming to fruition in the case of, he's had 2 job offers, summer job offers, to do research related to what he's already done.
I'm real proud of him for that too. He decided to go to college in the last minute after he went to Fairbanks for a trip.
They just said that I would have a job ready if I go there for the museum, UF museum, and then I would be helping them be extracting DNA and stuff.
Every student is capable of excelling in some area. Robert was lucky enough to find something here that really sparked him off, and take it to a fairly high level that paid off well for him. Message I'd like to see go out to students is don't give up. Robert had a lot of hard times, a lot of failures along the road. A lot of the students think it was easy for him, and I don't know if Robert said anything earlier, but he had a lot of failures and a lot of setbacks, and the difference was with Robert was when he got pushed down, when he was on the ground, he picked himself up and tried to learn from it and kept going, even when the times were slow and he wasn't making much progress. And that's generally life, that the people that succeed are the ones that are able to get up when they're knocked down and continue on their path and learn from their mistakes.
Work hard and stay in school.
We want to thank the good people in Noorvik, Alaska for their help on that story, and look for Noorvik Inupiaq Day Part 3 coming up next week. It's a great show, I promise you. We travel now to Aniak, Alaska for a very important Elders Conference.
I'm Wilpit Senior, and I'll be 71 in Sunday, tomorrow.
The first Elders Conference in Aniak attracted elders from Lime Village to Russian Mission.
We did this Elders Conference. It's the first year we're doing it. Husbuk did it for about 16 years, and we have elders all the way from Lime Village to Rush Mission on the Yukon, and it's an annual event.
9 and 360.
Okay, so it's traditionally, Native elders are treated with respect, a precious population to be honored and loved. The people in Southwest Alaska take caring a step further.
Our program, we get Title VI and Title III monies, and we provide services to our elders. We work with the Husbuk School District to provide meals, and we do Title III and Title VI, and we're getting a van, a handicap accessible van to provide transportation for our elders.
The Aniak Elders Conference might at first appear to be another social gathering, an opportunity for friends to visit.
This is very interesting because a lot of people come from our villages to get here and enjoy themselves. There was dances last night. There had 2 bands, and it was very interesting. There's a lot of elders that I haven't seen for quite a while, so it was very good for our city here, Aniak, you know.
With the most grandkids and great-grandkids, and this lady's from Aniak. She has 75 total. Mary Julia Kameroff. Can you lift it? Congratulations.
A big hand for Mary Julia.
First, I want to recognize there's 3 of them. I mean, not the oldest. Mary Nicolai's 81. Mary Cutter's 83. And Arlene Clay is the eldest elder. Present today is 88 years old.
Maker of the universe, Great Spirit, great-grandmother, great-grandfather. Thank you for bringing us here together to celebrate who we are as your people. We ask you to bless all of us here and the food that you have so generously given us. We ask you to bless all those who are less fortunate than we are, the homeless, the hungry, the lonely, and the afraid, and bless them with abundant food, shelter, clothing, comfort, and compassion. We ask you to bless all the elders here who who represent our connection to our past through our grandparents and our ancestors. And we ask you to bless especially the youth, the children, and the infants who are our future. We are just a people passing through, and hopefully that you will bless us with the wisdom and the knowledge of our ancestors, the love, patience, and teachings of our grandparents, the courage and the strength of our parents, and especially bless us with the energy of our youth, the vision of our children, and the spirit of our infants. We ask for all these blessings in the name of your Son and our brother Jesus Christ. Amen.
Underneath the smiles and greetings were hearts that burned with concern for their people.
We need to start working together as Inupiaq people, not separated by villages, but together as a whole. Because let's face it, our fish and game are dwindling away, and we haven't done a damn thing about it. If we don't do something now, our children and their children are going to be without. It's a fact of life.
Hearts filled with memories of yesterday.
I used to be a captain on the boats, the river boats, tugs. I used to go all the way out to Quailhawk on the Good News Bay.
When I was growing up, there was lots of fish in the river. And people know that when middle of the summer, when the water is low and the fish hit, the water used to come up because there were so many fish. The rivers used to be white because of the spawn, and they smell really, really bad. To the white man, that smells bad, but to us, it's beautiful because we know that the fish are there, they've spawned, and the remains are rotting to give nourishment to the young fish when they hatch from the eggs. Right now, you can go up the Aniak River as far as you can go, and the water is just crystal clear because there's no more salmon going up there to spawn. During the summer, when I was growing up, when we go up the river, you could smell the Aniak River because of the decaying salmon. And I bet you it's the same thing in the whole Layton and the Stony River and all the other rivers that are above here. And today, we go everywhere. The water is clear because there's no more salmon. And why is that? Because people come up here to take our natural resources away from us. Just for the almighty dollar. The commercial fishermen rape our oceans.
And impassioned with the cares of today.
Inupiaq, Good News Bay, False Pass. Now that's intercept fisheries. And those we all know, because I was in the advisory committee before too. And those are very important if we want spawning to come up here. Cut down on those commercial fisheries, then we'll get fish to come up and spawn. Those are intercepting. Inupiaq's going to have a big cannery down there now too. And that's, my dad used to work in the barges. That's intercept fishery. They won't go up the river to fish if you fish on the mouth of the Kuskokwim or False Pass.
I've been in quite a few elders conferences. I like that. I learn things from it, and you know, by listening to people talking, that's interesting.
The first 14 years of my life I spent in a Inupiaq University, all about the outdoors. The fall camps, the winter camps, spring camps, and fish camps were my classrooms. And all the elders I grew up with were my professors. They taught me about who I am, where I came from, and what is expected of me as a human being. How I am supposed to honor and respect myself, all of my family, my community, and all of creation. And these are the things that we have to teach our children. They're not going to get it from the schools. We have to start it at home.
That the younger generation is changing fast. We don't talk to them. That's how come they're changing so fast. Maybe if we start talking to our kids and explain to them, don't have to be in a big group or with somebody else. I think the best way to talk to the kids is just the family.
You have to stand up and do it for yourself. We have to start honoring and respecting our children. Again, it hurts me to see young parents swearing at their kids, calling them names, putting them down. What do you think that does to them? Makes them feel worthless. And that's the way they're going to grow up, feeling like that. We have to start practicing the love, the teaching, and the patience that our grandparents showed to us, so we can make a change. Like Willie says, but it has to start at home.
Thank you very much, Herman Morgan and others in Aniak, for your help in that story and sponsoring Heartbeat Alaska so we could share this very important Elders Conference with all of our viewers. Don't go away. I'll be back with more Heartbeat Alaska right after this. The focus of the world is on Alaska. Beyond the borders, you're invited to a party. Heartbeat Alaska, Native news and Native information. I'm Jeannie Green.
This program sponsored in part by Phillips Alaska. Dreamers who make it happen.
I like to dream.
You know, I had always tried to get Marie to quit smoking, and she was hooked. There's no doubt about it. She was addicted to cigarettes. And it's probably the worst night of my life, especially after they came out and told me that she had 20 lesions on her brain that had spread from the lung cancer. Then I fell apart. I cried.
Mom, Dad, we're best friends, right? Guess what? I'm about 2 seconds away from dumping you, kicking you out of my life. You won't even recognize me. And pretty soon, someone's gonna try to get me to take drugs. Wanna do something about it? You're gonna have to make me tell you where I am and who I'm with every day. No matter how much I fight you. Don't like it? Tough. You gotta be the grown-up.
There's a heartbeat louder than thunder. Revolution is in the air. Hey, ha, hey, ha, hey, ha, hey, ha, hey, ha. Navigate. It's time.
you everyone for joining us for Heartbeat Alaska Native News and Native Information. I'm Jeannie Green. Email me at jeanniegreen@ak.net and visit our website at jeanniegreen.com. Visit us next week for Heartbeat Alaska as we visit Noorvik, Alaska for Inupiaq Day 3. God bless every single one of you. And join me again next week, won't you? We'll see you then.
This is caribou tongue, ham, moose heart, caribou heart soup, pickled fish, fish patties, beaver meat, bear meat, turkeys, rice, half-dried fish, half-dried smoked fish, moose briskets, dry fish, macaroni salad, potato salad, and spaghetti. And cut it up, huh? You gotta go cut it up. Oh, I'm sorry.